Nancy from Rattan, Oklahoma has a question about her shed.
Rattan, Oklahoma. I wonder, do you think that's the headquarters of Pier 1, since they're so into rattan furniture?
I couldn't comment.
I'm kidding, right?
I think I've been to Pier 1 time.
Right. Well, not anymore. It's gone. anyway, so Nancy writes, the shed has a radiant barrier inside already. We already paid to put that in, and it's inside the ceiling and the walls. And not knowing what to do, she says, we put R13 insulation up, and we've found since that the insulation we installed will not work with the radiant barrier. Yeah, that's what I said. Anyway, what can we install over this, and how? And how do we take care of the roof so we can breathe? She says, ultimately, Tom, they want to put up plywood on the walls and then some shiplap siding on the inside of the place.
Radiant barriers do not work if you put insulation against them. A radiant barrier must face an airspace to become a radiant barrier. If it doesn't, it becomes a conductor. It actually conducts the heat because something is touching it. It's not a low emitter anymore. So you have to create some kind of airspace there. The R13 is fine. You just can't push it up against the radiant barrier. You have to leave an airspace of about 3/4 of an inch. So if you want to fur down your rafters a little bit, don't stuff all that insulation up in there. That's fine, but you can't put it all in like a big sandwich. It's not going to work, and that's exactly what whoever told you is right. You can't have anything touch it.
So they're going to have to pull all that insulation out that they put in. And would you say just leave the airspace and put the plywood over the frame and allow it to breathe that way?
Well, I think the plywood's fine, and if you wanted to create a thicker space where the insulation could stay in there but away from the radiant barrier, then you could put some furring strips. Usually it's done on the attic, not on the walls. She said she's going to put the plywood on the wall. Go ahead and do that. But as far as it goes on the rafters, yeah, you can put some 2x2s on the bottom of the rafters, make a little bit thicker rafter without having to change your rafters, and that way giving yourself about an inch airspace. Pull your insulation down a little bit away from the roof decking, which would be the radiant barrier.
So you're saying when I have a radiant barrier, I need about an inch of airspace between that and any insulation?
The rule is 3/4 of an inch, but
Okay.
splitting hairs. I don't care if it's 5/8 or if it's an inch and a quarter. Just get some airspace.
Some Aggie's going to get up there with their laser sight and make sure it's exactly one. Okay, so 3/4 to an inch would be good.
When they write their papers, they have to give you specifics. When you actually do it in the world, in the field, you do the best you can.
That's right. All right. You got a question? We'll do the best we can to answer it. Go ahead and visit HomeShowRadio.com. We'll help you with your project, save money, improve your house, whatever you need. Just click on the Ask Tom button, fill it out, send it in, and we'll answer it like this. And by the way, if you subscribe to our YouTube channel and you click the bell, you'll find out first when we post a new video.